Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door. Here is the check of the latest high-resolution future clouds and rain forecast so you know what to expect over the next 36 hours. White and gray represent clouds, while green and yellow indicate rain. Orange and red mean thunderstorms are possible. Purple, white, and black indicate the potential for storms to become strong or severe. Here's the current water vapor loop over North America. Orange represents dry air in the mid-levels of our atmosphere. The darker the green, the higher the moisture. Here's how it looks outside across the Sunshine State.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
Now at noon, passenger trams at Orlando International Airport will soon be replaced. What leaders envision for the future of transportation around the airport.
Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door.
Plus, a new roundabout at a busy intersection. How state leaders say this pattern will reduce crashes. But first, we start with breaking news. The FSU football player who survived being shot in the back of the head has filed a lawsuit against the apartment complexes where he says the shooting originated. Ethan Pritchard was in the hospital
Here is
for
the check
months
of the
after
latest
being shot on
high-resolution
August
future clouds and
31st.
rain forecast.
He was driving
so
family
you know
members home near Tallahassee when it happened. The lawsuit accuses Riverside Apartments and Havana Heights Apartments of negligence. According to the lawsuit, the complexes let the accused shooters live in the buildings, even though those suspects were involved in criminal activity. It demands a jury trial and damages of more than $50,000. Pritchard's father and attorneys will discuss the lawsuit during a press conference at 3 this afternoon. It will be at the Osborne
Here's the
and Francis
current water
Law Firm
vapor
in
loop
Orlando.
over North
We will stream the
America.
event live
Orange
for you on
represents dry air in the
clickorlando.com.
mid-levels of our atmosphere. The darker
Friends
the
and
green,
family
the
are
higher
set to
the
gather
moisture.
today for a celebration of life for this 18-year-old from Brevard County after she died on a Carnival cruise ship. As investigator Mike DeForest first broke on clickorlando.com, court documents show Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother, quote, is a suspect in her death. The information coming from court documents from an unrelated child custody case.
Here's
While
how it
law
looks outside
enforcement
across
sources
the
tell
Sunshine
CBS
State.
News a housekeeper found Kepner's body under the bed in her stateroom. The FBI still won't say anything about what happened to her. The celebration of life is set for 5 o'clock at the church on Harrison Street in Titusville. Her family is asking no one wear black. Instead, they want colors that honor what they call Anna's bright and beautiful soul. A big change to one of Central Florida's busiest and most crash-prone intersections. After working through the night, crews have
Here's a
now
quick look
opened
outside
phase
to get you out
1
the
of
door.
the new roundabout at State Road 44 and Kepler Road. Your Volusia County community correspondent Angie Casada was there during today's morning rush as drivers reacted to the new road.
Yeah, we got to see the morning rush just move through this brand new setup along with FDOT and construction crews. And behind me, this is what used to be a signalized intersection. It's now operating as a single lane roundabout after crews worked tirelessly overnight to get it ready. And both engineers and drivers tell me the change was needed. Drivers in DeLand woke up to a completely new traffic pattern after crews spent the night paving, stripping, and removing traffic signals at State Road 44 and Kepler Road. By dawn, phase 1 of the roundabout was open, creating a single-lane loop designed to slow cars and reduce dangerous conflict points at an intersection known for crashes and long backups. Welcome news for drivers like Johnson Etene.
We all just want to get somewhere that we need to get to, but at the same time, Safety is the main concern.
FDOT was on site during peak morning rush, watching how traffic moved through the new design.
And so in about 3 or 4 weeks, we'll transition traffic to the inside lane of the roundabout. And when we do that, there will be the center of the roundabout will be constructed at that time.
According to FDOT, roundabouts can reduce serious injury or fatal crashes by up to 82%.
So we encourage everybody to approach it slowly, really pay attention to where they're at, follow the signage, follow the barrels that are in place, and yield, go through it carefully, watch for crews.
Right turn bypass lanes will be added as construction continues. The full project, including new sidewalks, crosswalks, and pedestrian beacons, is expected to wrap up early next year. FDOT will be monitoring traffic all week and making adjustments as needed. For any updates, make sure you head over to clickorlando.com. Reporting in DeLand, I'm your Volusia County community correspondent, Angie Casada, News 6.
Here is the check of the latest
in Osceola County,
high-resolution
troopers are
future
asking for
clouds
your
and rain
help in a
forecast,
hit-and-run
so you know what to
investigation.
expect
The
over
crash
the
happened
next
just before
36
7 o'clock
hours.
this morning
White and
on
gray
West
represent
Erlo Bronson
clouds, while
Memorial
green and
Highway
yellow
at Target
indicate
Boulevard
rain.
in Kissimmee.
Orange and red
A
mean
person on a
thunderstorms
scooter
are
was hit and the
possible.
driver took
Purple,
off.
white, and black
Florida Highway
indicate
Patrol says the
potential for
car
storms to
responsible
become
is
strong
possibly a
or
white
severe.
sedan. Troopers say the pedestrian is suffering from non-life-threatening injuries. Anyone with any information is asked to call FHP at star 347 or call Crime Line at 800-423-TIPS.
Here's the current water vapor loop over North
Changes are on the way at
Orange
Orlando
represents
International
dry
Airport,
air
and
in
it
the
could mean
mid-levels of
longer
our
lines
atmosphere.
during
The
your
darker
holiday
the
travel.
green, the higher
A
the
project
moisture.
is launching next month to replace the GateLink system. Those are the trams that take passengers to and from the gates. News 6's Mark Lehman shows us what to expect.
Orlando International says these trams have logged more than 5 million miles in the past 25 years, so an upgrade is definitely needed. The airport says it'll be worth it in the long run, but until then, there will be changes and there could be delays.
Here's how it looks outside across
It's a plan
the
to transform the way passengers move through the airport. On December 3rd, MCO is beginning a $253 million GateLink replacement project. The overhaul will remove old trams and bring in smoother and faster vehicles to gates 70 through 129.
Something that will provide a better customer experience for all our passengers traveling through the airport.
Marquez Griffin is leading the project and says there will be some temporary adjustments. The work will be done in phases over about 2 years. When crews begin each day, only one tram on that route will be running.
We've taken a very calculated approach to minimize the disruptions for all of the passengers.
The airport taking lessons from 2017 when the tram replacement for gates 1 through 69 caused confusion and delays at times. That's why a contingency plan is in place for this project.
We do have a bus operation which we're readying to transport passengers from one airside to the other to minimize any disruptions should there be an unexpected interruption.
Now, for those choosing to use the bus or when it's their only option, passengers would board very close to where planes are taxiing. Now, this is about the same capacity as the tram, and a trip between the gate and terminal is about 3 to 5 minutes. The bus system will be running 24/7 and more can be brought in if needed. The airport says significant delays aren't anticipated, but they're urging passengers to plan for at least a few extra minutes. Ambassadors will also be on hand through the duration of the project, which is expected to wrap up in fall of 2027. In Orlando, Mark Lehman, News 6.
President Trump announced he signed the legislation to release the Epstein files late last night, despite victims saying they wanted to be present. The Department of Justice now has 30 days to release all unclassified files. CBS's Natalie Brand has more from
Here's
the
how
White
it looks
House.
outside across the Sunshine State.
With the bill to release the Epstein files signed into law, the Attorney General has 1 month to produce unclassified and investigative documents related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his convicted co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell.
We will continue to follow the law and to have maximum transparency.
That could include flight logs, interviews, and the names of individuals, including government officials referenced in connection with Epstein's criminal activities and plea agreements.
Here's a quick
But the
look outside
legislation
to get you
also
out the
includes a
door.
provision that allows the DOJ to temporarily withhold information that could jeopardize any active federal investigation. Last week, President Trump ordered a new probe into Democrats associated with Epstein. Some lawmakers worry that could delay the release of some files.
We think every name should come out, everything. everything. There should be no cover-up.
Reporters asked Attorney General Pam Bondi what triggered the new probe, despite the DOJ's comments back in July that no additional investigations were warranted.
Information that has come forward. There's information that new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads.
Tom Dupree is a former federal prosecutor.
Obviously, they have had prior investigations. They have had prior criminal proceedings arising from this. So presumably, they've already plowed this ground fairly extensively. That said, it's always possible that there could come new information could come to light.
Epstein survivors have said they want maximum transparency and the entirety of the files, not bits and pieces or mass redactions. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
A Central Florida city is vying to become an international destination. Coming up, we'll hear from Kissimmee residents on how they balance everyday life.
Here's how
with
it looks
more
outside
tourists
across
on the
the
road.
Sunshine
Candace.
State.
And right now we are looking at a beautiful start to the day, or at least a start to your afternoon, as we are going to continue to see plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, highs in the 80s today. But how long will that last? We'll have your full forecast, including a sneak peek of Thanksgiving, coming up in just a few minutes.
We'll leave you with a live look from our Mount Dora camera on this Thursday. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door. Here is the check of the latest high-resolution future clouds and rain forecast so you know what to expect over the next 36 hours. White and gray represent clouds, while green and yellow indicate rain. Orange and red mean thunderstorms are possible. Purple, white, and black indicate the potential for storms to become strong or severe. Here's the current water vapor loop over North America. Orange represents dry air in the mid-levels of our atmosphere. The darker the green, the higher the moisture. Here's how it looks outside across the Sunshine State. Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door. Here is the check of the latest high-resolution future clouds and rain forecast so you know what to expect over the next 36 hours. White and gray represent clouds, while green and yellow indicate rain. Orange and red mean thunderstorms are possible. Purple, white, and black indicate the potential for storms to become strong or severe. Here's the current water vapor loop over North America. Orange represents dry air in the mid-levels of our atmosphere.
Kissimmee continues its push for tourism, this time
The darker the
focusing
green,
on getting
the higher the
international
moisture.
visitors to the city. But as the number of visitors goes up, people who live there are feeling it on the roads. Your Kissimmee community correspondent Stephanie Rodriguez has the story.
Right now, Expedition Kissimmee is underway, a 3-day workshop highlighting the city as a premier travel destination.
We're bringing in the top tour operators and media from 17 different countries around
Here's
the world.
how it looks outside
the goal is to
across
market
the
Kissimmee
Sunshine
across
State.
the globe. It's a push DT Minnick expects will lead to more visitors.
It's about 15% of our business, but It's 15% of the total number, but the thing is on our international visitors, they stay longer and they spend way more than a domestic visitor.
Longer stays mean more people in an already busy Osceola County.
I know there might be some residents that do live here and play here as well that might be concerned that even more people means more traffic, more congestion. What's the message?
Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door.
There's very small time frames when it's super, super busy. And, residents, the message that we try to tell residents is you wouldn't have all these great things to do and experience if the tourists weren't here to help support it.
Residents who've lived decades in Kissimmee, like Brenda Johnson, have seen the growth in population and tourism firsthand.
There's a lot of congestion
and have had to adjust to it.
I try to make all my doctor's appointments in the morning because if I make it in the evening, like 3 or 4 o'clock, it takes me way over an hour just to get home.
But with tourism being the largest employer in Osceola County, Johnson thinks it's worth the often inevitable congestion.
Tourism impacts the hospitality industry, and I used to work in it for about 28 years.
Here's the current water vapor loop over North America. Orange represents dry air in the mid-levels of our
Overall,
atmosphere.
Kissimmee has seen an increase in tourism. So if you thought that you noticed more cars on the road during peak seasons, you'd be right. The city has seen an increase of 5% year over year. I'm your Kissimmee community correspondent, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Time now is 12:14, so let's get a check of your forecast. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos here. Really nice pattern, but we have some changes downrange.
Yeah, they're kind of lurking just beyond the next 7 days, and we'll be showing you that in just a few seconds. I do also have a quick snapshot of possibly one of the many busy days before Thanksgiving that people like to travel on, so we'll spotlight that in just a second. But let's talk about your local weather forecast locally. We had some early morning fog today. I kept this here on the forecast because I want to remind you this will be possible again tomorrow morning. So early morning fog will be likely again for your Friday morning as temperatures just like today and tomorrow will be staying into those 80s. Now, this warm, dry weather pattern is going to stick around for the next few days, almost about the next 10 days. Very similar weather. We have possibly a weak front that comes in on Sunday, maybe brings our winds in a little bit more out of the north, but really not producing any rain or any change in temperature. You'll barely know it came through. Now, we are tracking, though, a stronger cold front. This comes through most likely around Thanksgiving or Black Friday.
So you know what to expect.
At this point in time, models still kind of go back and forth on one, how strong is it? Two, when does it get here? And how cold will the air be behind it? So again, there are certainly changes lurking. We just don't know the exact details just yet, as we are looking outwards about 12 days out, right? So as we talk about that post-Thanksgiving, don't be surprised if we do get some of that cooler air. Just certainly keep checking back here with News 6 and, of course, clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus. And we, of course, will be bringing you the very latest as soon as those models and those trends become a little more clear. We'll be able to show you what you can expect. The temperatures out the door right now, you can certainly expect a nice, comfortable, warm day. Temperatures right now in the upper 70s to low 80s. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for today.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
All right, highs for this afternoon, back into those low 80s. It's going to be a nice afternoon. Nice clear skies tonight, but we have the light breeze, a little bit of humidity down at the surface, as well as that light breeze and those clear skies. It will allow for more of that development of that fog with overnight lows back into the upper 50s. So here come the changes for the next couple of days. As long as this big ridge of high pressure remains overhead, it's not going to allow any significant change or a cold front from coming through. That all changes by about Thanksgiving. That dig in that jet stream, the further south it goes, the better chance it has to actually send more of a powerful front to us here in Central Florida. So with that being said, the jet stream will start shifting by next Thursday. It will be warm before Thanksgiving, and then after Thanksgiving is where we have that question mark. So this is kind of the wide view for those who are maybe traveling nationally on Tuesday, so a couple days before Thanksgiving. And here comes that cold front that will be bringing some rain and thunderstorms across more of the eastern half. Across areas of Montana and Idaho, we'll finally start seeing some snow there. And then another Pacific cold front will be producing some impressive rainfall for parts of the Pacific Northwest. Now, locally here, your forecast is going to be looking relatively quiet and warm. including travel Wednesday. Still some possible flight delays depending on how the weather kind of shapes up. But then on Thanksgiving, temperatures in the low 80s, and then Black Friday and beyond is where that question is. How cool will it get and how much rain will we see? So as of now, we're trending drier for Thanksgiving, but again, that all changes depending on kind of the timing of that front. In the meantime, though, temperatures are going to stay in the low 80s. Make sure to check back, and we'll, of course, keep you updated.
Candace, thank you. An easier way to renew your license plate is on the way to Volusia County. Coming up, where you can do self-service registration. And coming up on News 6 at 6. They got the call no one wants. Their mom passed away. But when two sisters went to her apartment, they say all of her belongings were gone.
Nothing here. Not a single thing.
Here's how it looks outside.
At some point, they cleaned out the
Sunshine
apartment.
State.
At some later point, they shredded all of her documents.
I'm News 6 investigator Erica Bergoglio. There is a law that protects your loved one's belongings. More on that, plus what property management is saying about this incident, coming up tonight at 6. Here is a live look for you over downtown Orlando, that gorgeous blue sky on our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door. Here is the check of the latest high-resolution future clouds and rain forecast, so you know what to expect over the next 36 hours. White and gray represent clouds, while green and yellow indicate rain. Orange and red mean thunderstorms are possible. Purple, white, and black indicate the potential for storms to become strong or severe. Here's the current water vapor loop over North America. Orange represents dry air in the mid-levels of our atmosphere. The darker the green, the higher the moisture. Here's how it looks outside across the Sunshine State. Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door. Here is the check of the latest high-resolution future clouds and rain forecast, so you know what to expect over the next 36 hours. White and gray represent clouds, while green and yellow indicate rain. Orange and red mean thunderstorms are possible. Purple, white, and black indicate the potential for storms to become strong or severe.
In just hours, you have a chance to weigh in on coyote safety if you live in Orange County. It comes after multiple sightings and reports of missing pets. Now, Winter Park city leaders and Orange County leaders are holding a special meeting.
Here's the current water vapor loop over North America. Orange represents dry air in the mid-levels of our atmosphere. The darker the green, the higher the moisture.
On what pets and families can do to coexist with wildlife. Tonight's meeting is at the Winter Park Community Center at 6 o'clock. The DMV is making it a little easier to renew your registration in Volusia County with new self-service kiosks at several Publix locations. The kiosks will be open 7 days a week. You can find these at stores on Nova Road in Port Orange, Ocean Shore Boulevard in Ormond Beach,
here's how it looks outside
Speedway
across
Boulevard
the
in
Sunshine
DeLand,
State.
and Ridgewood Avenue in Edgewater. The new registration and license plate sticker will print automatically. However, you can't use the machines for things like boats or personalized plates. Stay with us. News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door. Here is the check of the latest high-resolution future clouds and rain forecast so you know what to expect over the next 36 hours. White and gray represent clouds, while green and yellow indicate rain. Orange and red mean thunderstorms are possible. Purple, white, and black indicate the potential for storms to become strong or severe. Here's the current water vapor loop over North America. Orange represents dry air in the mid-levels of our atmosphere. The darker the green, the higher the moisture. Here's how it looks outside across the Sunshine State. Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door. Here is the check of the latest high-resolution future clouds and rain forecast so you know what to expect over the next 36 hours. White and gray represent clouds, while green and yellow indicate rain. Orange and red mean thunderstorms are possible. Purple, white, and black indicate the potential for storms to become strong or severe. Here's the current water vapor loop over North America. Orange represents dry air in the mid-levels of our atmosphere. The darker the green, the higher the moisture.
We are getting results this holiday season for 6,000 kids and seniors in Central Florida. We have once again partnered with BFAR Contracting for the Salvation Army's Angel Tree program. And at last check, nearly 1,800 angels have been adopted. But there are still more than 4,000 looking for a Merry Christmas. If you would like to help, you can take out your phone and scan the QR code you see right there on your screen. It will take you to clickorlando.com/angeltree. That's where we posted information and links on how to adopt an angel in person or online. Be sure to check out our all-new primetime lineup on News 6 Plus. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Then go in-depth as we track the latest weather developments and answer your weather questions with meteorologist Jonathan Kagas at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier.
Here's a quick look outside to get you out the door.
On News 6 Plus, download our streaming app for free. All you have to do is search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It is also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. All right, a final check of the weather. We've started the day with fog just about every day this week, but nice afternoons.
Nice afternoons. The sunshine is shining out there. We'll continue to do so as we head into your weekend. Julie and I were just talking about what are we doing this weekend? Washing cars. That's a good one. As we head into early next week, though, we start kind of going back and forth a little bit when it comes to model data on a new front that could finally break us out of this 80-degree stretch. Unfortunately, that might come around Thanksgiving, maybe Black Friday time. So, of course, that is something we're going to be watching pretty closely. Just got to keep checking back, and we, of course, will be bringing the very latest.
All right, Candace, sounds good. Thank you.
Here's the current water vapor loop over North America. Orange represents dry air in the mid-levels of our atmosphere. The darker the green, the higher the moisture.